Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
Hey, good Wednesday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage right here in Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Thank you to everyone for listening on our audio streams, edmontonsportstalk.com, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. Thank you to those watching on YouTube as well as those listening on podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. Matt Iwanyk with you here today on the Hangout. Shawn, Belle with us here today. And a very special guest, Luke Gazdic. He is here. We do round the clicks on these shows for people.
Round the clicks
for Luke Gazdic. Coffee's on.
Thrilled to be here. Thanks for
coming in.
We'll get the coffee going.
Appreciate you coming in. We also have the same shoes.
Sick.
Stan Smith's, baby.
Look at you guys. Nice work. Rocking it.
It's, how have things been?
You know what, man? Things are going good. Excited to be here. I always love coming back. It's nice to get out of Toronto every now and then. I love my hometown more than anything. It's electric right now with the Jays playing as well as they are. But I love getting out of town and coming back here. Hosting an event I did last year. We'll probably get into that at some point. But doing another MCing gig. See if I don't mess this one up this year. But no, happy to be here, man. I love coming back here.
That's Capital Care Feast on the Field tomorrow, as well as the golf tournament that's going to take place Friday. Red Tail, Edmonton Sports Talk will be broadcasting there all day, 6 to 6 on Friday as well.
You guys are broadcasting live there.
We're going to broadcast live from there. Dusty's going to do the morning show out there, and then he's going to jump on. He's got a group that he's going to golf with, and then we'll be the rest of us will be there throughout the day broadcasting, and you guys will go have fun golfing, and I will sit there jealous.
I will be on one of the holes. I think, I've done a couple of these and trying to manage like what is the better way to go about it. And I'm going to sit on one of the par threes. And basically it's going to be like, I'll take the shot and
beat the pro type
beat
thing?
the pro type
I think
of
that's
thing.
our hole.
Yes. I'm not sure which one it's at. That'd be really cool if it was yours.
We're not there. Like we're at the patio, but I did get the email thing, and it'll be the signage of EST, but it says beat the pro. I was like, well, I wonder who the pro is, because that's not of us.
No, that is
so it's an actual pro.
Yes,
it's an actual pro.
Definitely not a golf pro, but it's a good way. We'll have all the groups.
But you can hit it
in
straight.
Sometimes it's got a little bit of a curve on it. I'm a lefty, and I love to slice the ball.
Lefties.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're lefty as well.
Yes, I feel like it's just so common in Canada. You guys shoot left.
I just don't
hockey?
understand. I never understood hockey players that do it the opposite way. Like if you shoot left in hockey, it is bizarre to me that you can turn your hands over and basically do the opposite thing in golf. So if I'm like holding my hands like I'm taking a slap shot, I'm like, just move your hands closer and take a golf shot. It's bizarre. Yeah. So I do everything left.
Same with me.
Yeah.
I was actually in a group at a golf tournament, Spruce Grove Saints, and there was like a group of 4 lefties. First time I've ever seen that in my life.
It's rare for me to golf with a righty.
Yeah.
People in my golf sphere, they're mostly lefties.
That's actually very fascinating, because I feel like there's not a ton of lefties.
I know, but it's the hockey thing. Like the majority of hockey players, like it's more lefty than righty. And I'm saying, like, I don't understand how you could go all of a sudden, like it's the swing is a swing, and the shot, like there's just similarities to it. And now all of a sudden, like, no, the right. I had this one buddy who actually ended up playing hockey in Germany and stuff, but he got an argument with me over this. He's like, it's not the same. I was like, but they're similar.
No, it is the same.
It's the exact same. Well, like, I don't even understand that comment.
Listen, my dad plays hockey left, shoots left in hockey, plays golf right, but he putts left. And I just don't.
So he has a
left putter.
Right glove.
Yeah, the entire bag is righty,
left.
but when he goes to putt, it's a lefty. He says because it feels more like hockey, and I'm like, you are psycho. Like
that is odd. Yeah. That is very odd.
How is the golf game?
I'm working on the golf game. I was going to get there. You know what? Like, I think I have a lot more patience in my 30s now than I did in my 20s. Like, I thoroughly enjoy getting out to the golf course now, and like I'm trying to learn and trying to get better. Yeah. My body has been through the ringer, my upper body especially, for 4 shoulder surgeries. I still need one more. The wrists, you say
you need one more?
Yeah, I need one more big one on this shoulder. It's still a mess after 11 years and I think it was 176 fights I ended up with. Still a bit of a mess. So the wrists get a little sore. I tore this elbow. This is your UCL that pitchers get like Tommy John on. I fought Jordan Nolan at Staples Center my rookie year in Edmonton and snapped the UCL tendon. And so I did a bunch of like PRP. I never had the surgery, but still to the day, the elbow gets really sore. So I'm trying, but man, it can be a bit of a battle, but it's nice to get out. Like I said, man, I'm thoroughly enjoying getting out there. I think I have a little more patience and I'm actually like, enjoying the game a little more.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to say that I'm enjoying the game more. I'm now 40, but like my slice is not good.
Yeah. Ask me again after Friday.
I like to call it a baby fade, but it's not a baby fade. It's like a snap hook.
Oh, so beautiful. Look at this. Look at this.
What service?
Service with the
You're
Dusty's a lefty too.
Wow.
Benny, are you
Dusty
a lefty?
knows I love a good coffee.
Benny, what are you at golf?
Righty? No. Boo. Mush brain.
You don't need Ben around anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, like I just don't think I have the patience to try to fix my game. Nor I'm too busy as well to actually be able to get out and.
You know where the slices come from too. So I got my, obviously I'm not a golf expert, but I just got fitted for my clubs at TaylorMade, first fitted set I've ever had. So we were like watching the swing pattern. And it's like, I think it comes from the slap shot where you're like up here and you come down into the ball where a golf shot's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice and smooth through it.
Especially as a lefty, you come down on the ball and then it's like hit. And that's why I'm probably slicing everything over there. That's my excuse, and I'll stick.
Mine
with
was
it.
always where it is in my stance, where I would have the slice, and then if I move the ball, I think it's back a little more.
Yeah,
just a smidge. It then starts going like relatively straight.
Yeah, I mean, I watch all the golf videos, but I mean, like, let's be honest, me watching a golf video is not going to fix my slice.
I disagree with that. My golf game improves after watching Rick Shields videos.
Oh, yeah?
It's not like a significant
Who's Rick
amount.
Shields? Do I need to watch this Rick Shields guy?
Is this like PGA golf coach who like Live Golf hired like recently, but he has posted videos. Like he's got a bunch of videos on what you're looking for. He's great.
All right.
Okay, Rick I'm going to try it, but I don't think it's going to work.
Patty Harrington apparently has a bunch of videos out there
Really?
now.
So it's funny because Tommy, like you're doing the par 3 where you beat the pros. Tommy, he asked me to do one with the guys from Modern Measure.
Yeah.
And he's like, Bells, you'd be great on it. I'm like, do you honestly think that me doing a drive is going to be good? Like, I'm just going to sit here. Like, my short game is better. If I got my irons, I can hit them straight. There might be a little bit of a fade, a little slice. But like, you honestly think hole after, like team after team, that they're going to use any of my shots? They're all going to end up in the drink over here. Like, that's stupid. So you do it.
Playing on the other fairway.
So he ended up doing it. And I was like, yeah, I don't even understand why you asked me. I'm not that good.
Where's Gazzola?
He's pushing pucks at a hockey camp.
The Gretzky one still.
Yeah.
In Calgary.
Nice.
That's where he is.
But I got video evidence of him.
Doing
so
what?
When he sits there and he tells people like, oh, I push pucks. He doesn't push pucks. He doesn't do anything. That guy is literally on the ice to talk to people. And it's not the kids. He just talks to like the other instructors. Because he was at Silent Ice. And I walked in and I said, I'm going to watch this guy. And I don't think he talked to one kid. He just was kind of hanging out. He was talking to me through the glass.
Just schmoozing everybody.
100%. And Keith Gretzky is there. He's going back up and back in the ice. And I'm like, okay, Gretzky's getting some work done here. Tommy, you got to be doing some demos. Like, you're still young. You can figure it out. Be friends with the kids, mess with the kids.
None of that.
None of it.
Too bad, Tommy.
Didn't even push one puck.
Not even here to defend himself.
You'd admit it too.
Well, he said he was talking to the kids at the last camp.
The last camp, like the one in Idaho?
Yeah, because the one kid, this one kid, his mom like gave him like this technique
Weird.
where it's like, what was it? Do not let the anger overcome you.
Yeah.
Do not let the anger overcome you. And this kid had to do that to calm him down. It calmed him down apparently, but he was talking to that kid.
Yeah, because he probably thought the mom was hot. So that's why he had a little more attention to that kid.
Tommy boy. Tommy.
I have zero arguments I can make to that one. If any kid is being talked to, just look at the mom, see what she looks like.
Why is Tommy talking to this kid? He's got a vested interest all of a sudden.
Yes, that makes sense.
A couple comments I do. Savage the Plumber says, I do everything left, but in goal I catch left. But baseball I catch right because I throw left. That's weird.
Yeah, it's a little.
I think the only righty thing I am is I think my like
You
if
write?
I'm a righty for writing.
Yeah, same. You throw a baseball
but
with your
tennis,
right.
I think I would be. That would be my forehand.
So right's your dominant hand. You play hockey left?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's your top hand that's controlling everything, right?
And then golf, baseball, hockey would all be left.
Yeah.
Again, I don't get the right part to that. Benny's dad is a lefty, he says, Nate the Builder. So he blames his mom for why she's a righty. And Penner's Pancakes, not Penner's, VR Montenegro says,
That's
and
the-
mums. Tommy likes to chat up mums.
Of course he does. Savage.
So that's the thing. I have things, I have presents for Luke Gazdic today that we've been delayed on that I have to present.
All right, let's go.
So I'll
we
start
got?
with the first thing, which you.
Oh, there's
very much-
multiple?
I've got two things for you.
Oh,
One
unreal.
is,
Oh, yeah.
I tried getting to this, I couldn't get it to, I failed.
I thought it got stuck at the
But we have
Canada Post.
Luke Gazdic is now a member
go.
of the Glue Crew.
That is
Wherever
beautiful.
Jason's somewhere smiling.
Jay Mill,
Yeah.
who's off picking up a boardroom table right now for us.
Good guy.
Glue guy.
Glue guy.
That's what he's doing.
100%.
He's at that's at 9:30, so he'll be here a little bit. But as long as that move goes fine, you saw the Glue Crew hoodie. Jay wants you part of the Glue Crew.
Well,
and now you're part of the Glue Crew.
Now
Look
you
at
are.
that.
This
right
is
there.
this is
right there.
fantastic.
There's the Glue Crew hoodie for Luke.
Sick.
Gazdic.
Fits like a
I
glove.
gotta wear it with pride. Yeah. It's unbelievably. Thank you. This is great.
Look at that.
I love
Looks
hoodies.
sharp.
I love it. I love it.
The other thing is you're an award winner.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the
you're-
first year I was.
Yeah, the Estes, you won Guest of the Year.
Wow.
So we
Wow,
do have the
nice
Estes
work.
Guest
Here
of
we
the Year,
go.
Estes 2024
Yes.
trophy to present
Thank you.
to Luke Gazdic.
Wow.
Thank you again.
Yeah, nice work.
Yeah, our Estes number 2 is September 16th, but I've been holding on to that because it'd be a point. Didn't want to ship it in the mail because that might break or something, and that's just so prestigious.
I'm not-
Can't risk that.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna get honest with you, a little vulnerable with you here. I haven't won a lot of trophies in my life. I haven't won a lot of first place. This is very cool.
You're one of all of our guests. You
honestly-
were guest of the year.
Honestly, you guys know I love you guys. There's a reason I do this weekly hit throughout the year for a reason. Love spending my time, and it's great to actually finally be here. So thank you guys. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you for everybody. This is very cool.
I feel like the first time you're on Sportsnet,
I'll have it.
that's got to be right on the desk.
Get ripped.
Like, what's this? Sorry, guys. I just got to put this
So
here.
the
Yeah,
first,
something you guys don't have.
I think my first night is NHL opening night, which is October 7th. It's a triple header. I think the first game is Florida is hosting Chicago for the banner. They're doing the banner raising Stanley Cup. So they'll raise their banner and
you'll put the trophy on the
I will
desk?
show all the viewers my trophy.
Was it Gemini Awards or something in Canada? You put all your Gemini's awards side. I got this one.
Hey, Bieska, do you have one of these?
EST, ever heard of it?
Yeah.
The answer
it's,
no.
it's part of that Edmonton meat group you're talking about.
Oh yeah, dude. When he said that, there's some things, right? Like live TV is no joke. When he said that, I remember just thinking like, first I had to process it, then I'm just like, oh Kev.
I died laughing because I'm like, that's actually pretty funny. But I was like,
Yeah, he's gonna catch it. And then I think I went back and I was like, "Where'd you get that?" And he was just like, "I don't know," just like came to me. I love Kev to death, dude. He has been so cool for me. Like first and foremost, just in like not like teaching me the gig, but just like I don't know, being more genuine, being yourself. Like he's polished, but he's not. He doesn't have too much of a filter. I'm like trying to get there in some capacity, but I don't think people like I don't know what goes on behind the scenes with live TV. Like there's so much that goes into it. For the longest time, I thought you just throw a suit on and jump on the desk, but like there's so much prep and stuff that goes into it. And he is just like the ultimate professional. Cool dude. I know he played for the Nucks, which is I don't say what you want, but he's been super cool to me and he's just the man.
Hated him as a player.
Yeah.
Hated to watch him as a player. But it was one of those like hates of, but man, if he was on your team,
If he was on your team, you'd love him.
You wanted
Yeah.
that guy on your team,
100%.
but you hated seeing going up against him.
Yeah.
And he's just fantastic on the panel too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good on
Also
panel.
well dressed.
Well
You guys
dressed,
are
calls it
well
like
dressed.
it is, has like, he understands the young mind, I think, which is like you coach. And I think one of the biggest things in today's game is like, it's obviously changed, and the youth, the way the young kids think and play and approach the game is different than how it was. And so to like manage that kind of old school mentality, but with young kids and kind of letting them do their thing is it's a process.
Yeah,
right?
it's a big
Like,
time process.
I think
yeah.
I was talking to someone about this, like Isaac Howard coming in and how this is going to be. And obviously the kid sounds like he has a bunch of swag. And I think you do have to manage that, especially if you're on the team, kind of just like letting them do their thing, but also like holding them accountable and making sure you don't just kind of let them do whatever they want. But at the same time, like you gotta let them.
You got to let them
that
have that
confidence.
personality,
Exactly.
let it shine, and because that confidence for them is everything.
100%.
And like when we were playing it, confidence, whatever, like it is what it is. So, well, if you're not confident, you can be on the fourth line, you can play 5 minutes a game, but you better do something. But now, like if you don't have that confidence, these kids they're not even remotely effective, right? Because part of it is the fact that fighting's out of the game.
100%.
And so now they have to find a different way to contribute to the lineup. So you have to approach it differently, and you have to talk to them differently, and you have to make sure that they can fully shine and fully have their personality. And that's how they become so good, but they're more ready than ever. So
Are they ever?
It's crazy how different it is.
Like I was saying to someone that when I got drafted by Dallas, I don't think I made my first main camp until I was 20. So I'd been with Dallas for 3 summers. Like now these kids they come in at 18.
Yeah.
They're ready to go.
Yep.
Like they're up to the pace and the skill level's off the charts. I think I saw Dallas Eakins in the last chat before we got in here, and I'll give Dallas some credit. He gave me a great quote the one time. He was playing for him in San Diego, and he said the game has changed so much in the coaching aspect for him that he used to coach the team, and now he almost has to coach like 23 individual personalities. Like you can't coach maybe one young kid the same way that you're going to coach you or me, right? In terms of whatever teaching or holding guys accountable, whatever you want. It's just it's a different atmosphere, man.
Yeah, I think I had I was with Guy Boucher in Hamilton. And I think we might have played you guys in
Western Conference
Yeah,
final?
we'll talk about that in a second.
Wow.
Oh, there's still some PTSD on that one. But
Holy.
Guy was a psych major. And that was one of the first things he said. He's like, I have to coach, 23, 25 egos. I don't coach teams. And he did stuff that was so different. And so like one of the things that he did was when you walk into the dressing room, he had this chart. And you put like a check mark. So if you're doing good, right, just okay, check mark. If you were doing great, 2 or 3 check marks. If you weren't doing good, just like a line. And then you'd be like, guys could see this board, and if you have like 3 or 4 just lines, well, maybe one of your teammates goes up to you and be like, hey, what's going on, man? Like, is there something going on?
But that's mental warfare.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because nobody ever puts himself in that position to be like, hey, I'm vulnerable enough to like let my teammates know I'm not doing good today. But he did that, and he challenged the status quo on literally everything that we did. And one of the big things at that time was morning skates. And everybody was like, I got to do a morning skate, because I got to feel it. He comes in, he's like, why do we got a morning skate, guys? We're like, well, we got to feel the puck. He's like, do you forget how to skate? And you're like, no, I don't, coach. He's like, do you forget how to stick handle? No. Okay, well, then we're not going to skate. He's like, it's all in your brain. So the first couple games, a little bit rocky, but then all of a sudden, like something clicked in our heads, and we were lights out in those games where we didn't morning skate and we had a little bit extra rest. We were so good.
So sans morning skate, no skate.
Gone. But there was times
were you a morning guy? Did you like it?
I was, but then like when I got into that and I started thinking about it, I was like, I'm done with morning skate.
Because if you think of the process, like I remember, I think it was Donald Fair that came into the NHLPA, and the first thing he saw was morning skates. He's like, you're telling me you get the whole team here in the morning.
Yeah.
Everyone gets warmed up, gets fully dressed, goes out there, has a skate, comes off, and then go home and come back. Like it was a bizarre thing for him to hear. He wasn't a hockey guy, but I didn't love them, to be honest.
They're a waste of time.
I mean, it was interesting watching the Oilers this year go all the way. And like, obviously I followed them in the Western Conference final, and then I was here for the Cup. And like, I love going to the rink in the morning and just like see who's on the ice. And like Leon and Connor love to skate.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like
could see that
going
though.
into like game 4 and they're out there on the ice and Connor's going 100 miles an hour. So like a lot of coaches would say, whatever works for you.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It was mostly probably because I was getting bag skated after. I wasn't playing. I wasn't even
probably
playing that night anyway.
That's probably why I hated it too.
But no, the further we got on, I wasn't a huge fan of them.
Oh, you get caught in a couple of those long bag skates. Like when I was in Minnesota, we used to pray to have I think it was Craig Ramsey come out and stay out.
I had Rammer as well.
Because if we had Rammer, it was like game applicable, right? So it's like you're at the dot as a defenseman, to be at the dot, you sprint to the boards, you get a puck, try to get to the middle, shoot it, like there and back like 5 times. Bit of a bagger, but it made
game
sense.
situation
Exactly,
stuff.
right? But then you would have Mario Tremblay, and it was like if he came on the ice,
Rocky
oh my
Thompson.
God. Rocky, oh my
Just
God.
Go 8 down and back in like 30 seconds. If you don't get it, you're doing another 6 times. I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah, he caught me and Joel Ward one time. It was game 4. We were down 3-1 against Anaheim the year they won the cup, and so Anaheim didn't skate, and so normally when you're the home team, you're second. No, you're first. You're first, and then the visiting team comes
takes
out.
over.
So that's like the buffer where you're like, okay, I got a half an hour. I'm going to get killed for half an hour, but it's half an hour. They didn't skate.
hey, you're always waiting for the Zamboni guy. You're like, come on,
So
man.
he caught me and Wardle for an hour. Just the 2 of us. And we're like, why? Like, we don't need this in our lives.
I mean, that's talk about the game changing. Like that's like I was watching these guys bag skate after, and I know it's the playoffs, but they just play 3-on-3.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is great.
This is
like
so
no
nice.
suicides, just play a little 3-on-3. This is like, this is
Yeah.
way-
Where was this?
So
5 years ago, 10 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, what a difference. But like, I remember some of those bag skates was like, hey, you got to play 1-on-1 against Boogard. I'm like, really?
What are we doing here?
Like, Boogie's 6'7". When he puts skates on, he's like 7 feet tall, and he's got this reach. So like he puts his backside into me, and I'm like, I can't get around him. And then I'm the guy that's holding the puck. He just like reaches around, takes the puck, and I'm like, okay, this is stupid.
Oh, that's great. So
Stuff like that.
it's weird that you said the Hamilton stuff too. I'm forgetting his name, but I just was at an event in Red Deer, the Battle of Alberta Golf Classic, and I ran into someone who had this exact conversation. He was on your team. I'm gonna have to remember who it was, but that would have been my rookie year in pro hockey, 09-10. You were with Hamilton.
Yeah.
So I was with Texas.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember this. Jamie Benn played all 82 games
Yes,
for Dallas
this is
that
what
year.
we're going to talk about. I was so rattled about this.
So this is Jamie's rookie year in the NHL. He scores 20 goals, plays all 82 games, but at the trade deadline, they sent him down and called him back up on paper so
Yep.
that he was eligible for
Yeah.
the AHL playoff
Yeah.
roster. Dallas doesn't make the playoffs.
So
They send him
ridiculous.
down to us. He ended up after, four rounds. I think he set an AHL record for goals in the playoffs. I think he had 19, might have been 19 goals in the playoffs, couple game winners.
Yep.
So he beat Rockford the first round, Chicago the second round. He stripped Chris Chelios to win in game 7, double overtime in Chicago. And then was you guys in Hamilton. We went down 3-2,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I think it was Ethan Graham in game 6 came over the red line and threw like a soft roller on net. PK Subban got sent down for that
Yeah,
game
he
too.
did.
I think game
Yeah.
7.
So can I give you just more context
Yes,
to this?
please do.
So
Please do.
his first year, Matty, he had 41 points in the NHL. He had 22
Yeah,
goals.
I'm looking at this. 22 goals, 19
Didn't play.
assists.
He's got Texas Stars on here. This is elite prospects I'm looking at, but it says 0 games played.
The one I have is dash. Then you
That
get the
shouldn't even
playoffs.
register on elite prospects because he didn't play a game. So he comes down, and we're watching it. Like, we had a team that was the second best team in the regular season, behind Hershey, and Hershey was like lights out good.
Played him in the
Yeah, and you guys played him in the finals. They were
I'll
like
get
a
there.
64 win team or something ridiculous like that. We were a 50, 54, 55 win team. We had Subi was on our team. Alex Henry was on our team.
David Desharnais.
Desharnais was on the team. Like, we had Pacioretty was on the team.
Yep.
We had an awesome hockey team. We think we're gonna play Hershey. Come out, we play these guys. It's a great series, and Ben is like legitimately the biggest difference maker you possibly could get. And I remember in games 6 and 7, I think we outshot you guys
because
like
we
60.
came back
Yeah,
to
you did.
Hamilton for games 6, and that's what
Yeah.
it was. It was 2-3-2. So we went up. We went down 3-2.
Yep.
Going back, it was the same thing for us to Chicago. We won in game 7. Same thing in Hamilton.
And we outshot them like double for sure.
I honestly think the shots were like 51-12 or something like that. It was insane.
Which game
and
was
this was in 6
would have been
and 7.
6 and 7.
Okay, I see.
Like, it was-
7, Ethan Graham, who was a call-up defenseman for us from the East Coast Hockey League, walks over the red line and threw like I don't even think it was the red line. I think it was before the red
Yeah,
line.
it might have been.
Threw a dribbling shot on net and it
And
went
it
in.
went past Sanford. And then the other one that was a fluke goal. Remember Garrett Stafford?
Oh, yeah.
He batted this. He shot the puck. It hit a defense or a forward, I think, went up in the air, and he batted this thing out baseball style, and it went shelf. And you're like, what? It's like
We honestly thought it was meant to be. I should tell people too. I didn't play one game throughout this whole playoff run. I was not a part of this thing. Like they looked at me before the playoffs started. I had a really bad shoulder. Obviously, I've told you about that. So I had a shoulder surgery. So I was just along for the ride. But then, yeah, we ran into Hershey. So we go into Hershey. Exact same thing happens. We get brutally outshot in both games, but we win both in Hershey. They had only lost, I think it was an AHL record. They had the best home record in hockey.
Yep.
So we go back to Texas for 3, and we're like, we're going to win a Calder Cup. This is sick. We lost 4 straight. They were sick too, though. Like
They were so good.
John Carlson and like
Giroux was there.
their goalie Giroux, and
Yeah.
they had, it was
was
silly.
it a coin? Keith a coin?
Yeah,
No,
a couple
it
of those like older AHL
Yeah.
players that were like Giroux was making $500,000
Yeah.
that year.
Who scored in game 6?
Yeah.
The power play.
Power play. I was a bumper.
Big PP guy, eh?
PP guy. I was a bumper, and I'm like, why am I in the middle? But Boosh was
Hey, it
like,
worked.
man, you got a good shot. So yeah, it was so ridiculous.
Game 7, it was 43-20 in shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just pulled that up?
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, and I got Benner's stats here: 26 points in 24 games with 14 goals.
Pretty sure like every game-winning goal we had was scored by him. Like he like we would not have been even close without him. It was one of the best, not even playoff. It was just like one of the best hockey performances that I had ever seen. Like whenever we needed a big moment, it was James. We were in Chicago, game 7, double overtime. Chris Chelios walks around the net, like to break it out. Jamie's chasing him around, and he lifts Chelly's stick from behind, turns around, goes short side cheese. It was the last shift Chris Chelios ever played in pro hockey. He was 46 years old, playing for the Wolves.
That was one of the craziest things too when he was playing for the Wolves, because he was still fully in NHL mode. So you'd hear all these stories coming out of the Wolves, and he's like, he'd be flying by himself. He'd go meet some like guys and bands that he knew, and then all of a sudden, like he was just back with the team. And,
It
like,
was
he
crazy
just
to play
weirdest-
against him too.
It
Like
was.
he was like he looked 46. Like
Yeah.
it looked like I don't want to say like men's league hockey player, but he had like small shoulder pads, like old gear.
It's like one of those things where you're like, man, you shouldn't even be here. Like just
let the kids play.
Enjoy life.
Like,
Go enjoy life. Go
like,
do
just-
something else.
I'm sorry, man. Like, but you just don't need this in your life.
on,
You don't
did he
need a
do?
bunch of these guys that are just young and dumb trying to put you in the 15th row of the building. Like, you just don't need that.
Charlie, let the kids play.
Yeah. The other one was like Brashear.
He did
came down.
46 games.
I don't think I had to play against Brash because I probably would have tried to fight him.
I know. That's why I'm laughing about it. But I hit him in the corner, and like I was a strong player, and I hit him in the corner, and he goes slew foot. I was like, there wasn't a slew foot. What are you talking about? He goes, you're not strong enough to do that to me.
Sorry,
I just
Donald.
burst out laughing. I was like, okay, I'm done. I gotta go.
Man, now that I'm thinking about it, the AHL was an absolute jungle back then. I don't
yeah.
think it's even close to what it used to be. And I mean, you were there before me too. You're a little older than me. Like, it was an absolute horror show. Like, my first couple years, there were 3 or 4 like legit heavies on every team. I was a young 20-year-old. I hadn't even turned 21 yet. I think I fought 27 times in my first 45 games. Like, if I wanted to, I could have fought every single night. There was a guy. Like, it was terrifying.
Like, so one of my first, was it my first or second year in Houston? We had Cassian, we had Barch, Oh, no, we had Cassian, John Scott, Aaron Voros.
Drew Bagnall liked to go. I don't know if he was.
Bags
there
was
with you.
after, though.
Okay.
Yeah, but Bags did love to go. He's living here in the city, by the way.
Good dude. I ended up knowing him after.
Yeah, so we had those three guys for sure. When I started pro, we had Jarrett Burnett, Chris Barch. Who's the other guy that was an absolute Stortini
Oh gosh.
in our team? And my first
These guys are all
like
just gamers.
3 or 4 games, man, like I've never seen anything like it. The first, like I remember this to the day I die. I was on a rush and we were in Peoria, and Doug Lynch was the defenseman that was like defending me. So I'm skating and he goes, "You can't believe what I'm seeing. This is on a rush, full speed, like we're going." And I hear the whistle, so I stop. And Jarrett Burnett is power bombing a guy into the bench. I find out later it was a guy that I played with named Mike Glumac, but he's power bombing this guy into the bench, and he like ducks out and he's got his fist raised, and it's a full melee. And Lyncher just grabs me. He's like, "Bellsy, let's not go there." I was like, "We're fine."
It's every year. And you know what? That division too, like, so we had Houston. I mean, I joke with Cass about this all the time. I don't think there's a guy in pro hockey that I fought more than Matt Cassian.
Yeah, but it started in Traverse City.
It was, that was the
Yeah.
very first time. I
Yeah.
fought him when I was 17.
Yep.
Like
he was,
the actual camp.
yeah, so the
Yeah,
rookie
that
camp.
rookie
Yeah.
camp.
Rookie
My
camp
very
in Traverse
first
City.
game, very first shift, we played against Minnesota, and I line up against this big tough guy, and he's like, "Oh, you think you're so tough?" And I'm like, "Not really." Like, he's like, "We'll see how tough you are," and I'm like, "Oh God."
Cass.
So we go toe to toe there in Traverse, and then it carried into the season. I mean, Houston was 3.5 hours down the road from Austin, so we played them 12 times a year, and I just feel like I fought him like if we get in there and it's a Friday night or it's a back-to-back, he's like, "We going?" And I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah, like I just fought you yesterday,
Like,
man.
we just fought last night. But it was nights like that, like Rockford. Here, I'll tell you a quick story. Rockford, I remember lining up in Rockford. We go up 1-0 right in front of the bench. I line up, I'm on left wing. I line up beside Brandon Bolig, who was a really tough kid, threw with both hands, but it was Bolig on the right, Jake Dowell in the middle, who was a lefty who threw
middleweight,
and then Wade Brookbank on the left side. Brookbank looks over at me, kind of steps out so they don't drop the puck, and he's like, "Guys, you take your pick, but as soon as this puck goes down, it's one of us. So you take your pick and you tell me." And I'm like, "Guess I'll take Bolig." Puck drops, I'm fighting Bolig. So it's like some nights I literally didn't even have a choice. And it was just an absolute war zone.
Yeah. Because, like, you know, the Brashear McSorley incident?
Yeah.
Was it that
the
one?
stick one?
No, sorry, not that one. That was a really bad one. But the Bertuzzi Moore incident where he drives his head in the ice, he kind of hits him. I saw that probably 4 or 5 times easily in the A.
Oh, yeah?
And like the guy just never got hurt.
Hey, there's no cameras too. Like
None.
the amount of times like my parents would be like, "We're trying to get you on the live stream tonight." There's nothing.
Nothing.
Like there was no cameras. There was no, it was just, it was a wild time.
It was, yeah.
It was
and
the Wild West.
if you got suspended, like for anything more than 3 or 4 games, like you might have committed murder. And like, because I remember like there was a line brawl when I was in Houston, and Pouliot and Benoit was on our team, and he's out there and he gets caught up with Dane Byers, and Pooley tries to turtle. Like Pooley's not a tough guy, and that's fine, like whatever. But he tries to like turtle so he doesn't get punched repeatedly in the head. Byers grabs him by the back of his jersey, picks him up, and slams his face in the ice. His whole front row of teeth gone. Oof. How many games do you think Byers got?
Probably just that one. Just that one. He's back next game.
He was back next game. And you're like, what? Like you tried to kill a guy.
Yeah. The good old day. Man, San Antonio too. Do you remember Frankie Lassard?
Oh my God.
Full roll of clear tape on each shin pad. He used to like tie his jersey around his elbow pads like this and skate around the ice at full speed and just try to hit guys from behind as hard as he could.
He would punch Joey Tedarenko in the balls all the time. So like when they'd be on the ice, they're both lefties, and he'd punch him in the nuts all the time. And actually my first game ever was against, would have been against the Wolves. And he comes across the red line and he winds up, and I'm inside the dots on the left-hand side of the ice, right? So you have all the ice you want. He shoots it at my face to dump it in. I'm like, what? Like,
Dude,
why?
how about the fireworks in Chicago too? Do you remember the fireworks? in
Yeah,
the smoke
I
show?
thought it was going to burn down the building every single
They have
game.
actual fireworks.
In,
You should
in
see
the
this,
building,
man.
like they
Yeah.
let off fireworks in the building, and they're on this ramp. Which remember you walk out
Yep.
with the same like you're literally walking out beside your guys.
Concrete's the only thing that's separating you from the other team.
Well, remember that clip with Curtis Gabriel and I
And
think
he
it was
comes-
Vince Dunn where they
yeah, he
fought
comes
after
flying
the
across,
thing?
yeah.
Like, so you get out on the ice in Chicago, and yeah, they light these fireworks off as they're doing the starting thing. But for like the first 5 minutes of the game, it's just the whole rink is just covered in smoke. You feel like you're gonna die.
So it's like, so what's the song that they play? It's a Metallica song, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
it's,
it's I
Enter
can't.
Sandman?
No, dun, 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 dun. What's it called?
Whiskey in the jar?
Maybe no, it's
No,
not.
that's not whiskey. That's a different.
Man, if there's some Metallica,
So this intro is a 5-minute intro, and
Not
the music starts, and it's like firework, fire,
like actual pyro.
yeah, actual fire, and it keeps going like this. But the funny part about the Allstate Arena is the roof is wood.
Oh.
And so it's like boom, boom, boom,
And there's
it's all this fire. And then by the time you come out, and if you're in the starting lineup and you're trying to skate, like you're
Your
getting like
eyes are literally
particles.
burning,
yeah,
like water.
in your eye, and then at the same time, Chicago is unreal. So that first shift, you're like, what is going on? Because this is the
coming hard.
fastest team in the world, but I can't see.
Remember Josh Gratton?
Yep.
He was playing in Chicago at the time. It's another one of those guys that was like every night had to go him. There was about 500 people there too. No fans in that building.
Just funny times in the
For
air.
whom the bell tolls?
No, it's not for.
No, it's not that. Yeah,
That's probably the worst singing.
No.
No, it's not that one.
No,
I don't think it's going to be this one.
I don't know. There's
It's gonna bug me, but I'll figure it out later. It's not this one.
no,
Whiskey in the
no,
jar-
no, that's
no.
a whiskey in a jar.
Yes.
No,
This is the one.
Is this it?
I think it is, isn't it?
No, I think it's a different one. I think it's that. Fuck. You know what? We'll get it at some
Yeah,
point.
we'll figure it out. But it's you've got to. I'm gonna show it to you
Those
on
are the top
YouTube.
10 of Metallica.
I'm gonna show it to you on YouTube,
Is
and
it
you're
on
gonna
YouTube?
laugh. Like just type in intro Chicago Wolves intro.
I think it's for whom the bells toll. If that's the name of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, I have that. That was on.
Yes,
Where's my
it's for
spot?
whom the
So
bells.
good.
For whom the bell tolls. I think.
So
Not a
Metallica.
huge Metallica guy.
But that might be the best intro in hockey.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, it's coming.
Yep. This
For
is the
whom
one.
the bell tolls.
This is the one.
And they always had like some sick like. You know those AHL guys that got 1 million points. Like
Yep.
they always had the top guys.
There was a line. It was
Whether it was Darren Hadar, or
Hadar,
like Jason
Giroux,
Krog.
Krog. It wasn't Giroux. It was Brett Sterling.
1 million goals.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Are you watching
Well,
this
I
thing?
just grabbed like, and I just see over here, and then all of a sudden there's like this shot
Yeah, like
that
you
comes
just
up.
like
Full
you
All
obviously
State
don't put
arena.
like full arena, like full volume on it, but it's firework. There's
you go.
fireworks.
Dude, all
There's
that
the fireworks.
smoke would
Look at
just
this. Look at the
linger.
fire. And wait for the fire.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
There,
more.
see?
More
Yeah.
Pyro,
Oh,
fireworks.
Here
It's
comes
insane.
the fire.
Oh, there
look at
we
that.
go.
And this goes on
It was
for
the
5
only
minutes.
team in the AHL.
Yeah, this
that did
video is 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
5-minute pyro and fireworks show, and they just like go play hockey after. You're like scraping. I didn't start a ton, but you're scraping your eyes after.
Oh, so good. So good.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada Storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transition. Canadian storage provider by Canadian, sentinel.ca. Yeah, this has been fun. People are loving this hangout already. Just the stories that
You want to talk about why I'm here for? Can I
Let's get into Capital Care Foundation. Why you're here? Feast on the Field tomorrow, Commonwealth Stadium. We have a bunch of listeners who've bought in to sit with Dusty for that. There'll be the golf tournament on Friday. Red Tail Landing. We are broadcasting live from there 6 to 6. Stay tuned on Friday as well. There is a silent auction that's online. So a lot of great ways to support Capital Care through the silent auction. And then I'll let you talk whatever you need to talk about here with that.
Yes. So thank you. Yes, I'm here for the Capital Care Foundation. So the Feast on the Fields tomorrow. I'll get there. The golf tournament is Friday morning, but Capital Care Foundation raises money for the centers that they have, there's a couple in the Edmonton area, and it's essentially allowing seniors to have a good life with some dignity and working on the facilities, and whether it's furnishings, equipment, programs for them. It's ensuring that the long-term care that they have, it's good quality of life. Like I am going to get to visit one today, which I'm excited for. But long-term care. My girlfriend has a grandmother in them. Some of them are a little bleak, and I think Cap Care, what they're doing is very cool, and some of the programs they're doing and some of the equipment that they have in there. So this is all raising money for their centers. The Feast on the Field is tomorrow. The tickets are sold out, but like you said, there are auctions. There's an online auction. There's some really cool prizes. There's an EST package, WestJets, flying you anywhere in the world. There's some signed elk stuff. So check that out. You guys will be there at the golf tournament on Friday. But the Feast on the Field is really cool. It's actually, they just line tables up literally on Commonwealth. And I am emceeing this thing, which, not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about. Like, I do the live TV thing and I do some speaking, but
It's different when you see the people.
exactly. So
It's a different experience.
yeah, I'll be there up at the front with Jackie Ray Greening from CFCW. So I got the scripts now. I'm gonna be fine. But
As long as you've got some scripts.
yeah, I'll.
Stakes where it's like, hey, we need you to MC this. So, could you have anything to say? No, you've got it. Oh, okay.
What do I say? No, but it's cool. They have local chefs from the area providing food and desserts at the end. It's very cool. And then the golf will be Friday out at Redtail, which I'm excited about too. So very thankful of the Capital Care Foundation for having me out here, and hoping to see a bunch of the viewers, whether it's at the dinner or the golf. Make sure you come up, say hi if you do. If you have, I don't know, contributed to this in any way, come up and say hi. But for me, it's a thrill to be here. So I just want to say thanks to Capital Care Foundation, and thank you for you guys for having me here.
Yeah, Feast on the Fields. Somebody I used to work with used to be with Capital Care, and he helped start the Feast on the Field. And it was really cool as it was starting. Just
It's a
hearing like the
wicked
idea
event,
of
man.
like you're on the field of Commonwealth Stadium where the Elks play, and you're just having a wonderful dinner. Like, as you're talking about all these chefs, like there's an amazing
food is
world class dinner.
Outstanding.
It's what a setting for it.
I tried to explain to my dad. He's like, "What do you mean you're on the field?" And I'm like, "They have these tables like on the field." He's like, "Is it a tent? Do they have like platform?" I'm like, "No, they're literally on the turf." Some of the best food that I've had probably in the Edmonton area. I'm going to give a huge shout out to chefs and the Edmonton food scene. I'm going to say like 10 years ago, within the last 10 years, the city has come a long way in terms of like what people are doing out there with food and restaurants. So I'm always liking trying new things. And that's one of the best parts of the event is the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an article, I don't know if I can find it quickly, just from a few years ago, I think from England or something, where they were praising the Edmonton food scene. And like, this is like top notch. You would
Come a
never
long way,
expect
man.
this about Edmonton, but it's up there. 20 degrees for Feast on the Field tomorrow. That's the high. 22 on Friday. So you guys got some
Beautiful.
Yeah,
very
great,
nice weather
great
right
weather.
now. Just
You never know coming
Knock on
back
wood,
out here,
but-
man. I wasn't sure what to pack.
yeah, yeah.
Wasn't sure what to pack
Yeah,
coming out
that's-
here.
It's been
but
interesting.
That's pretty
this
true.
summer.
We've had a bit of a wild summer. Might rain
Yeah.
today, so we'll see. But yeah, keep it locked. Capital Care. You could also go to capitalcarefoundation.net. There's a donation part to it. You could just make a donation to the Capital Care Foundation as well. If you wish to support is everything Gaz was saying about just make sure seniors have a great spot to spend their years. So it's a great event.
100%.
And stay tuned again for that. Who doesn't like a good silent auction? Not gonna lie.
love it.
Love it.
They're great.
I love going through
I
silent
always
auction.
pick one up. Honestly, I've been putting in bids here and there at everyone I go to, and then I always get the surprise. The next week I get a call. They're like, "Hey, you won." My last one was his and hers bathrobes. Like, I'm not sure what I was doing, but they're like, "You want a set of bathrobes?" I'm like, "Great, let's go."
That's a great gift for the girlfriend.
It was.
You want to know something like, oh, like it's very thoughtful.
I thought we were going to be able to pick them. They were actually the ones that were just on display, so it's all good. You're right. I love a good silent auction. Except they're all online now. That's the only thing I like. I used to love the pen and paper.
Right.
You could see, you get into a bidding war with people. Now it's just
And
all
then
on the phones.
you see who you're betting
Yeah.
against. You're kind of like eyeing them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
The silent.
is this guy going to
war.
go up? Like, is this guy?
And you're just waiting for that last like 1 minute so you can get there and just get it right.
Yeah. That's what there needs to be a mix of those. You need some local silent auctions, but then the online one.
No, there's a bunch of cool stuff, man. Now that I'm looking, like I said, there's an EST package. There's a grilling package, signed Elks jersey, the presidential suite at an Elks game. Where the Oilers stuff? I'll contribute something. I'm not sure what it is yet, but WestJet flights too for anywhere WestJet flies. I heard Edmonton's flying direct to Amsterdam.
Yes.
You guys know that?
KLM.
Yeah.
Is that a?
Yeah.
Oh, it's KLM. It's not WestJet.
No.
It's not WestJet.
No,
sorry, I
my
was
parents
just
did it last
I think
year.
WestJet goes to Reykjavik, doesn't it?
No, we've lost that
They
flight.
lost that
We've
one?
lost Iceland.
So what's the coolest place do you think WestJet?
They
can
go a
fly?
lot of cool places. Actually.
Check it out.
Like, honestly, like, straight up.
WestJet
they
goes to
do-
Frankfurt. I know that.
Anyway, the raffle. There's two tickets to anywhere WestJet flies. So
Well, and there's like right off the bat, there's so many different sports type places you could go to in North America. Like, if
come
you
to
wanna go
Toronto
watch the
for a
Oilers,
Jays playoff game. Hey, by the way, the Jays are
10:30.
10:30, dude.
10:30. We'll get a laptop in here.
We'll talk
I'll
about
run
coming
quickly.
back to Mountain Time. It might be the best sports viewing, watching
Yeah,
time zone.
it's really good.
Oh, there's the auction.
Please, you guys don't take it for granted. I'm staying up late all year.
There's nothing like for North American sports. As a soccer fan, Europe, it stinks a little bit because the game starts at like 5 in the morning. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not
true.
getting up for that. But for what we have here, okay, Eastern time zone games start at 5 o'clock out here. Wonderful.
It's
time.
unbelievable.
Pacific
like the Hockey
time
Night in
zone
Canada
games,
game starting at 8 for you guys is beautiful.
even when they go to like 8:30. Now playoffs, and we could do without that, but 8:30, not that crazy.
Those are tough. Like, listen, I absolutely love my gig. I would never complain about the job I do, but there are some late nights at the studio where
It's painful.
10:30
It's
10
painful.
starts?
10:30 Edmonton in San Jose. We're
Yeah.
doing the regionals. I'm like, it's like midnight. I'm like, all right, let's get this thing going
Yeah.
here.
Why then the NBA with their NBC deal this year, they've announced that West Coast games, I think on the Tuesday night, they're going to start at 8 Pacific, which
Oh,
is
gosh,
9 here,
11.
11 Eastern.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's a little late. That's why I love. I love the Mountain Time.
It is just the best time. Like even if you go Pacific times, I'm like, okay, 4 o'clock start for those Eastern games. It's kind of little. Like,
I don't really care for these 8 o'clock starts. If I was playing,
As a
I'd
player?
even as a player, I don't think I would like 8 o'clock starts.
I'm not gonna lie. The Hockey Night games when I was here, the 8 o'clocks were because it's not 8 o'clock too. I think it's like
8:20.
It's like 8:20, yeah.
It's like 8:17 or whatever it is. Like those are long days, man.
Yeah.
like long days. Especially, I'm not sure how you were prepping, but I don't know. I put a lot of pressure for myself. I was a guy that got super nervous and
Yep.
like if Calgary's coming in, it's Battle of Alberta, and I'm looking across at McGrath and Westgarth, England, whoever's over there. Like I'm stewing the whole day.
Yeah.
and they're long days, man.
It's hard. I liked the 5 o'clock starts for whatever
Matinees were
reason.
my favorite. I don't know
They
how
were
you felt
so
about them,
good
but
too.
the 1 o'clock games, I
Yeah.
always say this on TV, man. You wake up, you have a little breakfast,
And
you
you
go to the
go.
rink, and you play.
Done.
It's it. Like
Best time.
Boston's home game are matinees on 1 o'clock matinees, and I just like
They're the best.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. Some guys like it's too early or not getting it. I mean, talk about the AHL being a jungle. Those school games. My last AHL school game was at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah. And they're the most violent games.
Yeah, buddy
every
lines up
single
beside
year.
me. He's
Really?
like,
Yeah. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
guys from the
because
East Coast trying to make that. Like this guy lines up beside me. He's like, "We going?" I'm like, "Dude, it's 10:35 in the morning."
yeah,
I'm good.
and there's a bunch of school kids screaming, and
That
it's
is
all it
always
is. It's
different.
screaming.
It's just like screaming the SpongeBob theme song. And like it is.
Because the Oil Kings do their hockey hooky type game. Not that early. I think it's 11 actually. It starts, or is it 1? I think it's 11 or something.
Yeah, that's a little.
I've been to a few of those games, and it's just that loud
it's
pitch of the
kids
kids.
screaming.
It's
And you're just like,
awful.
I don't need to go to this as like a fan or ever again. Like, I'm good. Kids have fun. Like,
It's awful.
I've had to work it for those things.
But those were, I think, some of those games we had probably the most fights. There was line brawls. Like, why are we line brawling in
With
front of
these
a bunch
kids
of
too
kids? And then halfway through the third, it's just empty. You go from a full building to empty.
all the kids are on the bus
Yeah.
going home or going back to school.
We saw a guy's blood. Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Just role models. Those kids are going to school next day from recess.
Yeah,
They're trying
exactly.
to fight and stuff like
They're all
that.
tilting each
Jersey
other
over the head.
Oh, so good.
But you don't like the late games to watch? Is that because you have kids?
Yeah, it's partly because I got kids, and it's late. Like my mornings are so early too, because we practice at 7:45. So that's the other piece where it's like, hey, well, I want to watch the rest of this game, but then I got to get up, and I know my kids are going to be up some point. So then, instead of having 8 hours sleep, you go down and quickly shrink to about 5. And then you're grumpy waking up, and then all of a sudden you're taking that out on your team because grumpy coaches are the worst. So
How are you enjoying the coaching?
I like it, but it can be challenging sometimes.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like we've always had really good kids, really good players, and they want to be better. Like you can get in those situations where kids just don't care. And I've been really fortunate that, and I'm knock on wood, but very fortunate that the kids that we've had, they've all want to play.
That's awesome.
And so that makes your job way easier. Glennie's team, we were talking about Scott Glennie. Glennie's team's a little bit different, right? Because it's a U17, and the U17 guys, like sometimes they feel a little bit like
Are these have these guys been drafted? Or
some of them have been drafted, a lot of them haven't been drafted.
Okay.
And so there's a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, right? Like they're not the elite of the elite because those players go straight to U18. So you got this, I don't want to call them secondary because it sounds like it's almost disrespectful, but they're not the elites.
For lack of a better term right now.
Yeah. And so you get this group and, they've got a chip on their shoulder because they haven't been drafted. They're trying to prove to, the U18 coach that they deserve to be there the next year. And so it's just a weird group. And I have coached it before, so it's a really weird group. But you get guys that like, they don't care. Or you get guys that care for a first month, and when something doesn't go their way, it's like right back the opposite way. So he's got such a challenge.
Yeah, he's got to deal with a lot.
Yeah, and obviously Glenn, he's a funny dude, so he gets like stressed out big time when it comes to some of that stuff. But you try to help, but at the same time,
I'm glad he's finally getting stressed out about something. Freaking didn't get stressed about too much in his hockey career. Sorry, Scotty. Love that guy to death, but
he's an
honestly, coaching was probably the way I wanted to go out of coming out of pro hockey. I thought it was a good transition, but it was just a weird time with the pandemic going on. Not much was happening, and I got the Sportsnet call first, but I think it's something that I've always wanted to try, wanted to explore, and maybe not the pro hockey level, but whether it's junior A or even what you're doing.
It's hard. Like, cause we just hired Kelly Buckberger. He's our U15 coach now. And he was telling me stories about, obviously he was in Laval and he's been in Tri-City and we've known each other for a long time because he coached me when I was here.
Coached me here when I was in Edmonton.
And so now we've been sitting down and we've been talking. He's starting to share more stories. And like junior A hockey is very hard because you usually are the GM head coach. And if you get into an organization that is not flush with money, it's cheap. And so then he was telling me, he's like, he had to go to the laundromat himself because they didn't have a trainer for a while. And he was washing all the jerseys and he was washing the underwear. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, every junior team should have these. He's like, we didn't. I'm like, oh my God. Could you imagine being the head coach, the GM, and then you got to be the athletic therapist and you got to be the equipment manager all at the same time?
Sounds like the East
And
Coast
so you're
Hockey
working,
League.
and you're working like 90 hours a week easily.
You got to really love it.
Gotta love it.
Right?
Yeah. Because I was assistant coach in Spruce and we'd have our games and, we're breaking down video and all these coaches want to move up, but you're breaking down video till 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And you're like, okay, well, we got to play the next day, which is fine, but you have to break it down and you're trying to prepare these kids and it just turns into a lot.
I was talking to Steve Staios about that, actually.
Yeah.
He was with Hamilton when I asked him about that. I was talking about coaching junior, and he's just like, you have no idea what you think you're getting yourself into. It's just days and nights of watching video on buses, traveling around.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's not as glamorous as maybe you'd, imagine it to be. By the way, Steve Staios, unbelievable dude. Great dude. But yeah, it's something I've always thought about, but I don't know. I'm liking the TV stuff for now.
Chance to do both? Or is it just too much?
I mean, I'd love to try something even just part-time. Like even my high school back in Toronto, I might start going once a week or something just to get back on the ice. I love feeling the puck, man, and just being out there and talking to guys and picking guys' brains. And I mean, we love the game. We're hardwired in it, man. And it's tough to just kind of walk away from it in any capacity. I think that's why, for me, the TV stuff's been great as a transition, because I've been able to spend my life and my days in hockey, but it's not super hands-on. Kind of just, get to watch it and focus on that side of it. But getting on the ice fires me up too.
Yeah,
I love getting out and handling it, and
It's funny because
seeing what makes guys tick.
a guy I used to work with, Dave Jamieson, he used to be around. He used to be PR for the Elks Eskimos at the time. And he'd say, like, football guys, it's different for them. Like, when they're done playing, they're done with football.
Done.
You don't hear them be like, I just wanted to go feel the football again, or run that one more route or something like that. They're just done with the sport.
That's the way I was when I first ended, man. I didn't want a thing to do with it. I didn't watch, like, too much of, like, that was the bubble year. I didn't watch too much of the bubble. My gear was in the shed in a corner for, I'm going to say, 2-3 years. It was actually Hockey Helps the Homeless here in Edmonton. It was the first time I'd put my gear on in, like, 3 years, just because, I don't know. I don't know if you were similar. I had just a bit of a disdain the way I ended. I don't think I ended on
your terms.
All I wanted to do was go out on my own terms. The pandemic didn't really help with that, but I also had a coach my last year who did not make it a great environment for me as an older guy. And I don't know, I didn't go out particularly the way I wanted, and it sucked, to be honest.
Yeah, I was the same way, like, because I finished in Europe, but not because I wanted to, because my knees were just at a point where I couldn't do it anymore. So ended up coming back, and I got right into hockey right away. I actually saw Louis DeBrusque. So me and Lou used to live.
He's the man.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
We used to live by each other, and I would see him just randomly all the time at Save on Foods. And so he was like, "Oh, what's going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm done." He's like, "Okay, make sure you get a job right away." And so I did, and I called my buddy Tim Fraggle, and I ended up coaching with the Sherwood Park Crusaders. So I was like instantly back into the game, but I didn't play. Like, my bag was packed up. I'm like, I don't want to touch this stuff, but I was on the ice every day. So it was like this weird transition where I was still part of hockey, still doing the locker room thing. Like, you miss that part, but I wasn't playing any hockey.
Yeah.
And then it was, I don't know, Hockey Helps the Homeless, Alzheimer's, that kind of brought me back into it. And now with the company I'm with Silent Ice, like, we have shinnies twice a week. And so, like, I'm on the ice.
So you're on the ice
all
every day.
the time. I'm on the ice every day, but then now I'm playing.
Yeah.
And then not this past year, but the year before, I did beer league. That was an interesting world. But I feel like I'm playing more than ever now, which has been fun. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to play beer league because I don't care for the 8 o'clock start, the 10 o'clock start. And then you've got these random guys that are just trying so hard, and you're like, I just want to sweat. And then I want to have a beer after. And
I don't
then
know if you guys
home.
have ASHL out here, if it's a Canadian thing or it's just a Toronto, Ontario thing, but it's the same thing. I played one summer with my buds, and I was like, this ain't happening anymore. It's like 10:30. I got a guy hacking me on the back of the legs. And I'm like,
no, thank you. I don't need that. Yeah. And you don't want to say it for everybody because it's not true. Like, there was a lot of guys in our league that were very respectful, and they were the same way. But there was always like one or two guys. It's like, oh, you got Oiler pants on? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit harder after you. And I'm like, why? I'm like, I'm retired, man. Like, leave me alone.
Because if that guy didn't have the injury in Junior B, he would have made the show.
Yeah.
And he wants to show you that he would have made the show.
Like, cool.
Because he can walk away and be like, I got that puck from Belle.
Like,
he was an
cool, man.
NHLer.
Like,
I could have made the show if it wasn't for my knee.
Yeah, if you want to strip me of the puck, you can have it. I don't care. I don't wear a visor. I don't do anything like. And so because I don't wear a visor and I know kind of the atmosphere, like, I'm not in the hard areas. If there's a battle, I'm poking at the puck, hopefully going to get it by you, and then I'm going.
Yep.
But if there's a battle, take it. I don't care.
Well, I do have to say there was this. We had a heavy hockey showdown. There's people we were partnered with to raise money for SACE, and it was Team EST versus Team Heavy Hockey, and then Tommy ditched us.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he traded himself to the other team.
Classic.
Yeah,
I know. So we ultimately won the title and stuff, but Bellsy late in the game was on the ice to
Two minutes left in the game.
to clinch it up, and Tommy just like mauled you down. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a pretty dirty play, but
just he was doing.
Tommy
he was trying to
G.
be that guy. He was just trying to be that guy.
He literally was. He was that guy.
Yeah.
That we're talking about.
Just a little too hard.
Yeah, I mean, in his defense, I did say I'm going to rag this puck for 2 minutes and nobody's going to touch it.
It's a chance you can rip on Tommy again.
Yeah. So Tommy did some underhanded tactics, but I mean, yeah, like it's for the most part, like our skates are pretty fun. Like as Boychuk comes out, we've had like a really strong contingent of like
Zach?
pro hockey players. Johnny.
Oh, Johnny.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Johnny's been out. Like Wimes, Scribb's been out. Like there's been a really good
Scrivy
group.
play out.
Yeah, he does.
That's
and he's
awesome.
hilarious. But
That's the
it's
thing
been
too.
fun.
No goalies
They
want
don't
to play
wanna
goalie,
play-
and so it's always trouble finding goalies. And all the pro goalies who are retired, they want to play.
Yeah, it's like
They don't
Gager. Gager says, he told me the other day, he goes, I don't play out because of you. And I said, why? What did I do?
out 'cause of you?
Or no, play net because of you. And I'm like, what did I do? He's like, you shot, you went short side shelf, a missile, and I was standing there. I'm like, Gager, there was a hole there, so I'm going to shoot it there. It's not my fault that you like,
Cover your post.
like,
Hug your
yeah,
post.
like hug your post, man. So I shot it there, and he's like, it hurt, so I don't play in net anymore. I'm like, you can't blame that on me.
We had him and Ron Lowen one time on the show, and they talked about how just with goal, like it's just the point, like the hammies of the, like, I don't want to keep going up and down, up and down, up and down, so I'm done.
That's exactly why Gager didn't want to do it anymore, because he had to go up and down, and he's just like, hey, I'm good.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like that's tough.
That's funny. Scurvy is though too. I like Benny. I haven't seen him in a bit. Good dude though.
Yeah,
Ben
great dude.
Scriven's probably single best goaltending performance maybe
Oh.
I've ever seen in my
The Sharks
life.
game?
The Sharks shutout. I think it was 57 saves at home, and the Sharks were sick at the time. It was like one of the best goaltending performances I think I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah, that was up. I was there for that one,
Yeah,
and it's just no one was expecting that.
stud.
Like it was like people thinking Sharks didn't get a win, but not only did they not get the win, it was just like they couldn't get a puck past.
I turned
Scrivens
over a
because it was
puck at
incredible.
the classic as a winger. Turned over the puck in my own zone on the hash mark up to, I don't even know who the right defenseman was. And obviously it goes straight in the back of my net. I didn't see a shift.
Terrible feeling.
I don't think I've seen a shift after that. So I had a front row seat to the 57 save performance sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Best seat in the house.
Okay, I got to ask you a question. This might give you a little PTSD, but
Is this a chat question or is this you?
no, this is my question because I've
The
seen
Dustin
you.
Bufflin hit?
Yes, I've seen you at different events, and like we talk a little bit, but it's
That's how you knew immediately where it's going.
It's always this.
I have to ask because, like, hey, I've known Bubba since we were 10 years old, and because we played against each other, we know each other a little bit, and he's always been an absolute monster. And like in junior, he was in the Brandon Wheat Kings. He came in at 278 as
Massive
a 16-year-old,
human.
and then he gets traded to Prince George. We're in the same division. We play against each other. We never touched each other once, but we were both offensive defensemen at the time. So we're always in the
Yeah,
opposite
he was
side, but we
always
never
lugging the
touched
puck.
each other. Like just whatever, it was like an unwritten rule.
So context to Buff. He, like you just said, offensive defenseman, loved to carry the pill. He was easily the strongest guy on his skates that I had
Oh
ever
my God.
played against. Like trying to hit him was just bouncing
Yeah.
off. Like it was
Yeah.
like a brick wall.
And that's what he did to a lot of like these 16-year-olds that were trying to hit him. It's just like, why?
So Saturday we went into Ottawa. It was hockey day in Canada. We played 1 o'clock game, and I fought Chris Neal. Went toe to toe with Chris Neal at center ice. I was hurting after that one. It was an absolute, huge scrap. We get on the plane. We fly to Winnipeg. We play Monday night, and I fought Anthony Peluso in the first period. Peluso was a tough kid, my age, long arms. So by the time the second period rolls around, like I'm already hurt.
Yep.
I'm feeling it. I go down into the zone. It's a regroup. The wingers, my other winger stretch the zone, center stretch the zone. So I'm moving out to basically the blue line. Mark Fain comes around the net, gives me the biggest suey I think I've ever accepted in my life.
Thank you. This is where I wanted to go with it.
He still jokes about it today because you watch the video. He just like sends it, and you just
Yeah.
he's like, "Here, take this."
Yeah, like here's a grenade
And,
for you.
You know, like as a winger, you're always shoulder checking, and like I know he's coming, and I just didn't think. I thought it was just going to be like a small contact collision, but what I couldn't realize is that he was coming full speed. Like I didn't realize how hard he was coming, and so I get the puck, and as soon as it hit my stick, I felt him hit my shoulder, And dude,
Is it just he just caught you in the right spot?
right spot, right timing. It was the way I was, because I was turning a little bit too. But man, like I said, like nobody is that solid. Like
He's a former football player, so this is why it gets it even worse, right? Like,
so I'm 6'4". I'm probably playing at almost 240. And if you watch the vid, like I do a full. I land on my head, like I land on my neck. So I ended up I had 8 staples from basically my chin to
And into the boards.
Yeah, so I hit the dasher. I hit the yellow dasher. That's where I split it, and then my face goes on the ice. And honestly, like I remember like opening my eyes, like I knew where I knew where I was, knew what happened, but just remember being like, I just got rocked. I didn't know if it was a good hit. There's a bit of a brawl, whatever. So I go off. We do the dark room concussion stuff, but it was. I ended up getting out of there fairly unscathed. Assume 8 staples on your jaw is unscathed, but dude, I was on the plane from Edmonton to Winnipeg to Edmonton after. I'm sitting there after just like this. TD Force, our trainer, comes back. He's like, "Hey, doing big boy," and I'm like. Dude,
safe to say, hardest hit ever.
Yeah, 100% hardest I've ever been hit. Like I was just mangled after that. He was terrifying. Like he was terrifying to play against.
He was built like an appliance. That's what he is. Like he's literally a fridge, like
a deep fridge on skates.
Yeah,
a deep freeze on skates turned vertically.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And like I said, we've always had like this weird unwritten rule, like we're not even going to go remotely near each other. And then you see them, and you're just like, man, like you are killing people.
I think what he didn't get enough credit for, what people like need to know about him too, is how good at hockey he was too.
Yeah,
sick hands, like could skate like the wind. Really hard to forecheck, just because of the physicality, but like he turned around and beat you up ice. Like,
and he went forward to D.
He was a D, then he went to forward, and then he went back to D. He was kind of like Brent Burns a little bit, like because Burns he did both as well. Yeah,
dude had an absolute rocket of a shot.
I think he's like the biggest. He might have been the biggest enigma ever in hockey.
Yeah,
he almost, and this is going to be a very weird take, but. He almost reminded me from a physical standpoint of how dominant he was physically of like Eric Lindros.
He did, like the way he like just ran people over.
Yeah.
You see some of the it's probably a good comparison, man. Like he just ran dudes over. He was a man with boys, dude. He was like a football player on skates, dude.
Yep. And the other piece of that puzzle, which is really funny, is like one of the most laid back guys on this planet.
That's so I've heard. Like all the guys just love him.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what he does.
Like, now?
Yeah,
he's a massive fisher. Like he just,
likes his beers,
loves his beers, but he was just like, at one point, I remember because he's from Minnesota, so when I was going to Minnesota, I would go early, we'd skate with all the guys from that area, and Buff had come in, and he's just like, yeah, I had to spend all year in Chicago because they don't trust me. I'm like, well, they're probably right. He's like,
well, I remember that
got in a
story
ton of
about
trouble and
him going to development camp, like the first summer he got drafted, and he just turned off his phone. And like, he's like, I'm not going. They're like, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he is. He's
That's
like,
100%.
He's like, I'm not going to this thing.
Yeah. So he just was that type of guy, but just so laid back. But even on the ice, like, he did hit guys and he did go after guys, but it almost seemed like he didn't even really care to do that.
He wasn't
stuff.
mean.
Yeah.
He just
was so strong.
Just going through the motions in a sense.
And that's why, like, I asked you that question because, like, yes, he was coming to hit you, but I don't even think he tried to kill you.
I don't think he tried to kill me. And B, I was just like saying I didn't expect it. I should have expected it. But yeah, it's just like, You can't imagine how solid he is on his feet.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to explain. Easily the hardest I've ever been hit. Big lesson for me, even just in not underestimating, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but you got a bit of a suicide pass. Like where it came and where you had to like reach for that puck put you in no man's land.
I honestly thought he was just gonna like pinch up and just, just take away the winger. Like I was like, I'm gonna like take a hit to make a play. And
what was the hardest hit you have? Do you remember?
I actually got hit by Chomo Rutu. And actually I got two. Name. Yeah, and so Brian Rolston gives me a puck. I don't even know why he gave it back to me, but was coming around the net. I passed it to Rolly. He gives it back to me. And I'm in this weird spot where like my head's down. I get this puck, I'm pivoting, and Ruutu just came through me. And like I got hit at the bottom of the circles. And like I don't think I touched the ice and I hit the boards. Like it was the hardest hit I think I've ever experienced. And then the other one was in the minors. I was playing for Houston at the time. And 2-2 came off the ice, off the bench. And I rounded the net and I was skating up. I moved the puck and
Where
I
was
see
he playing,
him.
Milwaukee?
He was in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So I moved the puck to the left-hand side and I'm like, okay, I'm going to stand him up. And so he hit me and I just was like, oh, and like I think my ribs touched. And I don't think I've ever
Knocks
been.
the wind out of you.
That was the worst hit I think I've ever felt. Like biggest hit was Ruutu because of how far I went. But the hardest was 2-2 because it was just, he's like a little bowling ball.
The 2-2 train, man.
Yeah, he would go as fast as he possibly could. And because his center of gravity was so low, he's hard to stand up.
Those guys were the toughest,
Oh
too, man.
my God. Because Clutterbuck was kind of the same way too, right? And that was the worst. And so we stood each other up. I didn't fall, so thank God on that one. But like I just was like, oh, change. Oh, man.
I want to get to Hango headlines brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Premier conditions, top-notch service, unmatched value. Book your tee time today by visiting theranchgolf.com. Let's get a little into the Jays here quickly. 10:35, first pitch on Pittsburgh today.
Bassett on the mound.
You're big into your Jays? Is that?
So I grew up, born and raised in the city as a Jays guy. The last World Series they won, 93, I was on my dad's shoulders. It's something that, I don't want to say is a love-hate as you grow up, but I've got to experience some really good times and some really crappy times. Obviously, like 15, 16 in the city was electric. It's been a crappy couple years, and this is cool. And I'll also say it's different, too, just because I think this team is a lot different than the team in 15 and 16 that was so much fun but relied on the long ball all the time. Mm-hmm. Like it was Eddie, it was Jose, it was Donaldson, relied on hitting home runs and, smashing huge hits at big times. This team this year, like they'll play small ball. They bunt the ball. They're great base running.
No one was expecting this too.
I just like
15, 16, like there was expectations.
100%.
Going into this year, the amount of people that were like, I am done with Mark Shapiro. I'm done with Ross Atkins. They haven't
Especially
done
after what happened last year in the playoffs, sorry. And, towards the end, the last game, especially when they took out Kikuchi and it's like all this analytic stuff's coming out. So obviously I'm pissed too. Not a ton of expectations going into the year, but it's like very likable guys having career years too. Addison Barger, Ernie Clement, these guys that have come up from Buffalo and are hitting the lights out. I should say too, like for anyone that's been there or been to a game recently, they've done a great job at the park.
So I keep hearing.
It's night and day. There used to be, it was just a huge mess of just like, there was dead zones and all concrete and the old bright blue seats. And now like, it's a ballpark now. There's cool, restaurants in different areas in the park that you can go to. I never used to sit in the outfield. The outfield at the old Skydome, you used to sit, far back straightaway center was a dead zone, but left and right field, there used to be the bullpen. So it was bullpen and then the stands. And now they've removed that so the bullpen is on the same level as the stands. So when you're sitting in the outfield, you are an extra, call it like 30 meters in front of you. So you feel like you're in the game. It's awesome. I love sitting in the bleachers now. But I've been to, a handful of games already. And it's cool in Toronto because whatever team that is doing well at the time, the whole city kind of jumps on their back. And it's been 43,000 in there every day. And it's been electric, man. The team is, the city is starving for some sort of winning team, especially with the Leafers have been, doing the last couple of years here. So it's been awesome, man. I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice change of pace from hockey too. I think, we all love hockey. I love the game, but baseball is just a cool, I think more chill sport. And
it's a chill sport until playoffs.
Yeah, and then it's
go
going
from this marathon of 162 games.
Yeah.
I always will say, like, you could win 100 games, which is an unbelievable season. That means you lost 62 times. Like, there's a lot of losses that are
crazy.
happening.
Yeah,
but then you get to the playoffs, and it's just like shortening that. There's no room for error.
No,
and that's what I do love baseball playoffs. They're kind of my favorite. But yeah, no, it does look pretty cool there, and it's Somebody posted recently, I saw on Twitter, something like it's right now one of the best atmospheres. in
100%.
baseball. And that's the thing too. Like the Raptors, I remember their NBA championship run. A lot of the Americans coming up, media wise, were just going, "This is the best."
Yeah,
like, they
it's
have not
crazy.
heard rinks louder than that than what the Toronto was giving to the
Didn't
Raptors.
that like set the precedence for like outdoor viewing? That 2019 Raptors run, because they had that Jurassic Park, right?
100, yeah.
Yeah.
And then because it was so good, you started to see them pop up across other.
There was the nationwide Jurassic Parks. You like
Everyone's
people
kind of followed suit.
That's-
hey?
Yeah,
what
but
I
there was
think.
like
With
people
the
were
Leafs.
applying for to have official Jurassic Parks.
Yeah.
For that run.
But then I feel like right after that, that's when you start to see more of that outdoor viewing.
Well, but that was always the plan of Rogers Place. To have the
that.
viewing outside, and that was built beforehand.
Honestly, it's very cool. The one in Edmonton is awesome.
Yeah.
Like we parked the truck there for our post game for Sportsnet with me and Ken and Iwanyk, and we were just parked right in Moss Pit, and it's electric.
it's
in there.
insane.
It's so much fun,
Insane.
dude.
I couldn't imagine being in there.
I think Jurassic Park though was like first time it was done.
It's like the catalyst. Like it
solid,
pushed
and you're
everything.
like,
yeah.
"Hey, well, you have to do this.
That night was one of the craziest nights of my life. I was at Real Sports, which, if anyone knows Toronto, Real Sports is the bar restaurant attached to the arena, which is right beside Jurassic Park. And so we watched the game at Real Sports. And then once they won, like finding your way around the city and people climbing on frickin' light poles. And it was madness, but it was awesome. Yeah.
What's the nerves of Blue Jays fans for the playoffs?
I know. I'm not sure of the general sentiment. For me, I would say this has all been above expectation. So it's not like I don't know. I think it'd just be cool to see them make a run at least and play some playoff baseball. Like I don't think my expectations are too incredibly high, but also like, I mean, they're in first place now. If you're going to make it, like, might as well have a little push here. So
It's just the last few
I
times.
just don't want to get my
playoffs
hopes
have been
up.
tough.
You know, getting your hopes up with Toronto sports, with any sports, but like Toronto sports in particular is
The Argos are the team saving the city right now
apparently.
with the 2 titles in the last 3 years.
Yeah, but they've still got like Bieber's coming back. He's
Pitching
been doing.
Friday.
He's
He
been,
pitches
he's
Friday.
pitching Friday.
Friday.
Like his stints in rehab were great. So I feel like there's still pieces coming to the Blue Jays.
Jose Barrios there right
Even
now.
this Trey Savage who's coming up that they might put in a relief position. Like, I'm excited to see how everything comes together.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing like meaningful baseball. And for the most of the season, like it's whatever. But once you get to September
Every game means something.
and you're looking at the standings, because it actually like now we're looking, okay, who's going to clinch? When could they clinch? Playoff spots, potential playoff matchups, which then leads into the playoffs. It's awesome.
Who's the
It's a
team
fun
though?
time.
If the Blue Jays play that like pushes them over the edge, is it the Yankees? So like if it's
pushes them over the edge and what?
in like the sense that like okay, you have a marquee matchup, Blue Jays Yankees. You beat the Yankees. Do people get way more behind the Blue Jays to say like, okay, now we're really invested in this? Like, is
It's a
that
great
the thing
question.
that's going
Yeah,
to push them over
probably,
the edge?
yeah, it probably is the Yanks just because of their roster and their payroll. Like Houston is a one I'd throw out there, but they wouldn't meet Houston until I don't know after the divisional. So to me, it's probably the Yankees. Just because, like, look at their lineup, dude.
Yeah,
it's an
and,
absolute
like,
all-star
it's the
team.
Yankees, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn right it's there. I'm a Yankee fan.
Oh, God.
You're a bandwagon fan.
I'm not a bandwagon fan. I've been cheering for the Yankees since the late
Since they've been
90s.
good, yeah.
I have been
Okay.
cheering for the
Here we
Yankees for
go.
over
He's a
20
Lakers
years.
fan as well.
I
Yeah,
made
okay.
sure I got to New York.
Patriots.
I made Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens, weird. They've
I
been good
made
for a long
sure
time.
I got
Kansas
to Yankee
City
Stadium
Chiefs.
before it closed
You're
down.
such a joke.
That's my don't give me that. That's been my team for over 20 years.
Oh, God, City Thunder.
But it's like even for the Jays, like I feel like this summer, what really got maybe from the outside even more like okay, this Jays team, it's that series when
It was the 4-gamer versus the Yankees.
that was it. That was the moment where it's like they
Like,
dominate. the
yeah,
Yankees.
they're for real.
They are now sitting atop the
Pitching
like, this
scares
is
me
it.
a lot. I like their starters, but the bullpen, I don't know. Even Jeff Hoffman, the closer, when he comes in, it's a little nerve-wracking. But I like their starters, man. I don't know what it's going to look like in the playoffs. Bieber, Scherzer, and
Gauze.
maybe Gauze.
We had a guest on. I was with Jay for the Reed Wilkins show yesterday, and we had somebody on from Toronto. And I think those are the 3 names he threw out there.
I don't think you can run Barrios or, well, I don't know. We'll see how Bass pitches. I think Bass has made his way out of it.
And like I always forget how baseball playoffs run. where the Jays sit right now, they would miss that first round.
Yeah, they would buy, and then
it goes to a best of 5.
Yeah.
Yes, you could run almost. You just need like basically a 3.
I'm really excited to see Bieber pitch, especially Friday here.
See what he can do.
Best of
it's
5
cool.
scare me.
It's again because it's that whole season. You can lose series in baseball. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But then you get to the playoffs, and it's like, is this going to be the time where you're just going to have that rough
The bats
3-game
go
stretch?
cold or
Bats
whatever
go
it
cold,
is.
and it's just now you're done. And it's like you probably could be good enough to go win it all, but you just had that little span where on those days they weren't your day.
I mean, I think that's one of the reasons I'm a little nervous is it is a bunch of guys that are having career years. I think you're going to need the guys like Bo and Vladdy and Springer to like really step up and lead the way and hope that the young guys along the way can mash.
There's been talk of possible realignment in baseball too.
Did you see the proposed one?
I saw part of it.
Really?
Oh, dude, I think it's awesome. I don't know. There's a lot of, I don't want to say old heads, but there's obviously some traditionalists that don't love the way it looks, but the Jays would run their division.
Yeah, Jays leave are no longer in the AL East in the sense of the AL East.
I think it's Jays, Cleveland,
here it is.
Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago.
Well, this one's from The Athletic. Yesterday it was posted. So it'd be the Orioles. Oh, interesting. This one says Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees, Jays still.
Okay.
I got a different one.
Really? So this is what I'm looking at here. From The
That one
Athletic.
might be because I got one from Fox News or Fox Sports that has Twins, Tigers, Brewers, Jays.
Oh, Milwaukee.
Oh, man. What's the AL North look like for you on yours?
Oh, let me go. It's the AL Northeast is Yankees, Mets, Sox, Phillies.
Interesting. Because one I got
Kind of
here
a sick
is
division.
White Sox, Guardians, Tigers, Twins.
That makes sense.
And then AL South is the Rockies, Astros, Royals, and Rangers.
No, see the realignment.
The one that you have?
Yeah, it has all the West Coast teams together, Pacific Division.
Yeah, they're getting rid of.
Oh, it should be like an AL. So here's another one I found from Fox Sports. I'm assuming this is the same one you have. AL Great Lakes?
Yeah,
Is
that's
okay.
the one for the Jays. So yeah, Jays, Brewers, Twins.
Oh, the Jays would mop this one up.
I know.
But now the part of this is
Well, they'd be the biggest spenders for sure.
there would have to be expansion for this as well. I think that's the other part of this too, because there has 2 more potential teams, which
Interesting.
Oh yeah, the thing I
Baseball's
saw
looking
had
because it's
Charlotte
32.
and Nashville as proposed expansion.
Charlotte would be an interesting one. Nashville's a huge baseball city it's turning into because of Vanderbilt.
You know what league doesn't need expansion?
The NHL?
The NHL. I don't know. I can't fathom even the idea. I don't think you don't need to go to 34. You just
They're going to 36.
To be honest,
what happens when they go to 36?
I mean, I should be in the position that's like, it's great. It's jobs for another X amount of players. I just think like
Almost 100 players maybe if you go 4.
I don't know. I think it's just too much. I like the way it is right now. I think 32 is a great number. If you want more, it should probably go the relocation route rather than have expansion. I just think it's too much. And NFL's the biggest league in the world, and they manage with 32. And
Now that the one argument that I've heard, because I used to say the same thing, the one argument different a little bit is, at least in terms of cities, is that there are 7 Canadian teams.
True.
So there are markets in the U.S. that the NFL's in that the NHL has not gone to.
what do you think is the first one?
Atlanta.
Houston.
It's
those
I think
two.
it's Atlanta.
Yeah, it's going to be
They'll
Atlanta.
now be
Obsessed
too.
with Atlanta.
Yeah, they
and I
are,
know
yeah.
Anson Carter pretty well. And
Yeah.
he's on one of the groups that is
great
potentially moving it there. And he
So then-
seems very confident that it's.
Because
It feels like it's going to be Atlanta. It's going to be Houston. When they go to 36, it'll be Phoenix.
Would Houston play at that rink at that type? Where
yeah,
the
they'd
Oilers
have
used
to
play?
they'd have to fix it up. Yeah,
all the
Who's
red
the 4th
seats.
one?
yeah. Well,
Where was the 4th one I saw?
the fourth one,
Kansas City.
There was San Diego was a possibility.
Wasn't
New
them.
Orleans was a possibility.
Wasn't them? I saw a list of 4 recently.
Phoenix,
from
obviously.
I think John Shannon maybe had it or something.
Because Pags comes on our show all the time and he tells us about this relocation, and he was listing off a bunch of these cities. I'm just like, oh my God.
I think
Kansas City.
I get the appeal to it. Like it's probably going to be upwards of $2 billion for new franchises. Like,
which you don't have to share with the players.
True. Which
That's why they do this too, is because now all the owners could just get this money and share it amongst
that's
themselves.
because it's not part of
Don't
the
have
split.
to play players.
I think that I don't know that's going to be tough for them to turn away. But I don't know. I like it the way it is.
What would hockey be like in New Orleans? I know they could make
idea.
it work, but it'd be weird.
Nick Anderson of the Edmonton Elks, he's from there. He said he thinks it could work.
Yeah, I remember because I think I was on the show. Was I on the show or I was just hanging out?
Yeah,
that day?
you were on the
But-
show, then you
yeah,
left because then
yeah,
the boys came
That's
in.
right. Yeah.
I just watched a crazy doc on Katrina. I didn't know anything about Katrina. The city's still. I've never been there, so I don't know too much about Louisiana or the
Yeah, either do I. But I feel like
NOTL area.
I would find it hard in that area.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a rabid fan base.
They've talked about Austin. I played in Austin. I don't know.
That's the other one.
That would be unbelievable.
yeah.
That was the other city.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Austin, I mean, Dallas would have a lot to say about that. The same thing with San Diego, too. Like, I just don't think LA would love that or let that happen.
Well, I'll throw this one your
Or
way
Anaheim.
because you're from there. What about a second team in the GTA?
I think it would work 100%.
Yeah.
Like, they're,
Or what city would you go?
I think you'd put it up just north of the city. Like, you could have it at Downsview Park. You could call it Markham. You could go anywhere north of the city has room and land. I just don't think MLS or the Leafs would ever
No.
let that happen.
I agree with that, but I just like you look at it and you go, the New York area is 13.
Oh, it could
teams. The LA area is 2.
100%
It's like you sit
support.
there and you go, you can't, there's no way, like, all due respect to Quebec City, all due respect to all the other.
You know what? The
Toronto
Edmonton-
should have 2 teams.
This is a bit off topic,
Money-wise.
but off topic. That's a segment, right?
That's 3 Vulcan shows.
The off topic topic.
That's why you're part of the group. You know these things.
special. The Edmonton Oilers need to get their American League team closer to
Yes, they do.
Well, they added the new rule in the CBA for not this year, the year after when it kicks in, which is you now actually have to go when you're sent down.
Oh, that's even more. Yeah, that's
And
even
come
more
back.
of a reason to have it.
Yeah,
I think
Saskatoon would be a perfect spot.
one of the reasons you're going to see Calgary start to flourish with this is their team is now in Calgary. I
Vancouver's
think
right there.
just the benefit of having everybody in the same area, same town, not just for the logistics of calling guys up and sending guys down, but just to have everyone at the same facility, the same rink, all your skills coaches, development coaches are
But
there.
you think directly in Edmonton.
Whether it's here, I think that's what it's going to end up being.
Would it be
to
hard
honest.
to go with the dates for Rogers? Because
They
you
do
got
in
the
Calgary.
Oil King. Well, yeah, there's
They
actually
They have the
there's-
Hitmen.
They have
and,
Hitmen.
Yeah.
They have.
But the Hitmen
what
don't
are the-
practice it at the Saddle Dome anymore. They're off somewhere else.
Well,
They'd
you've
have
got
to
the
figure it
downtown
out.
rink.
Yeah,
You've got
that's
2
that's
rinks
actually
there for
perfect.
practice.
I've
right.
heard the Red Deer thing. I don't know if a smaller town in Alberta would be able to
I
support
don't know
it.
if you'd also want to be the team. Like, what's that going to do to the Rebels?
Exactly. Like,
You
I don't
wanna be
think you'd
this
want to
team
affect
that
that.
rolls in and be like, we're going to mess with the Rebels.
100%.
Well, that's why I say Saskatoon, because they have a rink that's perfect for it.
But now you're messing with
But
the
you are
blades.
messing with the blades. But if you have it where, different times, like I think who was I talking to? But it was Brandon Hickey. He's down in Henderson, Silver Knights, and he's like, when the Golden Knights are here, we're gone. And so like
that's how they work it?
Yeah, that's how they work
Yeah.
it. So you could do the same thing with one of those places, so that if they're here, you're gone, and then vice versa. And
Yeah, it just needs to happen. And it's nothing against, you know what, I got to spend some time in Bakersfield. Incredible fan base down there. They draw very well. Just like you send a guy down, customs, then he's flying to LA, he's getting in a car for 2 hours and going inlands. It's just, you need to get it closer. I got to spend my last couple of years in San Diego, where Anaheim was an hour and 15 down the road. It's just, like I said about having a lot of the coaches and stuff there too, like for visibility for your prospects, like you get to see everyone, the cool like development and skills coaches that they bring in, they get to come down and work with you. And I just think it's a matter of time, and it is time for them to get it up here. Everyone's moving that way. San Jose's in San Jose in that division. Colorado's close. Anaheim's close. LA is in Ontario. Everyone's moving in that direction. So
You probably save a little bit too on travel if you just tighten up the divisions, right? Like
Just
if you're in
save-
Edmonton, Calgary, you got Abbotsford, like
Dude, how
that's
about
3
this
teams
division
right away.
now?
And there's Moose.
Vegas, Tucson, Scottsdale, Palm Springs. That's the
Ridiculous.
Pacific Division. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, like, okay.
But
why
no.
couldn't we have those when we played?
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Like Peoria.
Peoria, Rockford.
Rockford is awful.
People ask me what's the worst place I ever played, and
Rockford's got to be right up
Peoria,
there.
I think, it's up there. Peoria, Illinois, the AHL team for the St. Louis Blues. Absolute nightmare, trauma. Anyway,
but it can work. Like you see it in
Binghamton?
Calgary.
bingo was brutal. I spent a year in Albany. I played in Albany.
That place has got to be wretched too. Springfield.
Wretched. Oh, Springfield. Springfield was always, we played 3-3s, and it was in Springfield at 2:00 on the Sunday. It's a nightmare. They got to get their boys closer to here.
But now they
still no
Oh, there it is. We're back.
audio back.
We're good.
we back.
I think I was just saying, I think the fans are going to love Manch. He works his tail off on and off the ice, but he doesn't take a shift off. The ultimate competitor. The guy that I like, you throw a puck in a corner in a one-on-one, like he's coming out with it. And I think that's the type of guys you need playing with Leon and Connor, the Hymans of the world that'll go in there and be a dog. So I'm interested to see how the lineup shakes out. But those two kids in particular, Savoy and Howard. This Howard thing is
Oh,
I don't know.
Play Alberta, over under. Play Alberta.ca, EST Sports. Deposit 20, get a $50 free sports bet. YG 50, deposit 5, get a $50 free sports bet. By the way, it's Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. The Feast of the Field will be at tomorrow.
I tried to place a wager on my other thing. I can't do it out here in Alberta.
Because you're using because they get blocked. You can only use them in Ontario.
Yeah, I got the location thing.
Yeah, so if
get a
we try to
VPN.
use Play
Place
Alberta,
a wager.
if I was to drive to, I was in Saskatchewan this past weekend. If I tried using Play Alberta and been there, I wouldn't have been able to.
So you can use Play Alberta.
You have
obviously
to be in
here.
Alberta.
You have to be in Alberta. and
You
it's Play
can't be
Alberta.
anywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, those usually get blocked because they're licensed in their specific region.
Jay's money line, 3-way though in regulation. Jay's most hits.
Oh, maybe
They're just
you guys
rolling.
gonna have
Bats
to use
are
that
rolling
one
right now.
So what was that? Jay's money line.
Jay's money line, but I like to do it 3-way, so it's in regulation and gives you better odds.
Okay.
And same thing, Jay's with the most hits. Jay's to have the most hits.
Somebody in the nasty chat just said Springer Homer.
I like Springer Homer. I put
That'd be a
Bart.
good
Oh.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, the game's on.
Yeah, we got to get that going.
But I'm
Oh.
wondering if they said that as in terms of a money line, or if they're talking about that. If that was
Or if you actually
if that
hit one.
actually happened.
Yeah, he did. There we go.
Did?
Top one.
Ah, nice.
Springer homers to left field. Let's go.
homer yesterday, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay, briefly going back to the Oilers.
Well, quickly, Howard, I just want to say if I put his over under at like 39.5 points this year.
why don't you just go 40?
I was going to.
Well, because
I thought you were going to say 39 and a half games.
No.
So you think he's going.
No,
so
I'm saying there's a lot of hope here and people thinking.
Yeah, I'm taking it before. Like you think he's going to be on this team and, an important part of this team?
There's a lot of expectation that could be the case.
I love
because
it.
if
I
he's
love
being
it.
penciled in with McDavid.
Yeah.
I think
then
he's
if
going
that's
to
the
be
case, where could
over
he
40
play?
points.
I love it. I think he's the number one player I get asked about back home and even just traveling around and doing this stuff. And it's like, I love the swag. I think let him come in and do his
The
thing. I
Oilers
think
need more of it.
I think Connor, those guys can keep him in check. And I think they need a bit of that.
Okay, so thank you for saying that. Florida, you've covered these teams here for the last 2 years, and all the way to the end of the line. Florida's got a swagger that, in my opinion, is unmatched.
Yeah.
Now, for the Oilers to get over the hump, what do you think that they need to do? Because I feel like it's a hard question because
It is a great question.
Like you can't take anything away from Florida. They're just that good.
No,
And they have that much swagger.
I think they could take they have already and can take a lesson from them about in the way they approach the game.
Mm-hmm.
They have swag and confidence, but that comes with winning, right?
Yep.
Like that will come with it. I just think they can take a page out of their book in the way they prepare and their consistency. Like, what you're getting every night against the Panthers, but not even every night. You know what you're getting from every line that turns over.
Yeah.
I think every single guy there has figured out their role and their niche on the team, and they don't divert from that very much. I think one of the problems the Oilers have is having guys in roles and role-playing guys that just need to buy into figure out what's my job here and what's going to help make this team more successful.
Yep.
And frickin' buy into that. Like a guy like Mangiapane next year, he'll figure that out right away and stick with it. I think Florida just has a lot of those guys that go out there and they don't have to be told twice what to do.
Like
or how
there's
to
a bit
play.
of just like, this is the expectation. If you don't
That's
like it,
it.
then see you later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think, Elliott tells a great story about Nate Schmidt getting there early last year and trying to play, like carrying the puck over the blue line. And it was either Reinhart or Barkov just being like, we don't do that here. Like,
Yeah.
no more of that. And I don't know. I think there's a lot to be said about approaching it that way. That's not easy, man. Like, that's not easy. They are long years, and there's a lot of crap that happens in between game 1 and game 82 leading to your playoff run. And they don't have to do much more, man. They're right there. Like,
They are right
there.
And I agree with you, but I'm like, because I was down in Florida, and it was before, so it would have been the Dallas Stars series. So that was the time I was down in Florida, and we got to just watch Florida a little bit more closely. And Florida was the type of team that was like, okay, if there was any point that Carolina was starting to get just even this much momentum, Florida just said, okay, we're going to increase our physicality to the point where like we will snuff this out.
Just smother you.
They smother you. And then you look at the Oilers series and you're like, okay, so the Oilers were right there. They're neck and neck. But then I feel like there was a point, it might have been game 2 where the Oilers lost in OT. That might have changed the series. But my point is that Florida just said, okay, we're just going to run you out of the rink.
I know.
And I don't know if the Oilers knew how to deal with it, despite the fact that they played against them the year before. And the Oilers were actually a physical team. Like they were a more physical team than I think they got credit for.
Yeah.
Because like guys like Kane and Frederick and all these guys. But I'm just like, man, like how can Florida go from, you're physical, but like to a whole nother level of physicality that teams just literally, they cannot deal with?
100%. I think there's an intimidation factor there, I think a little bit with how they play, but I also don't think you can fight fire with fire. I think they got into that a bit last year Evander Kane's the perfect example of,
Took some bad
trying to fight
penalties,
fire with fire, and then you end up taking, brutal penalties at brutal times in games and asking your penalty killers to go and block shots,
especially when they weren't good.
exactly when their penalty kill was horrid, man. And I think that's the biggest. That's one of the biggest things is the discipline, and I don't know, playing hard but staying disciplined, man, or else they're gonna bury you. Also, like should I just say it? Like they're not that good. Florida. And I say this with a caveat in that I think people are talking about them being like one of the greatest teams of all time. Maybe they are, but I also think like they're extremely beatable. I think they make mistakes. They make a ton of mistakes. They will beat themselves. They think they're tough, and that's what, they use that intimidation factor.
I agree with you on that one. I just think, because actually I saw a quote, and Paul Maurice basically was like, we believe in our system over our execution. So in that series, like I said, we got to watch it very closely. So it was Florida versus Carolina. And watching that series versus watching Dallas versus Edmonton, like it was night and day.
Yeah.
The Dallas-Edmonton one was crisp. It was fast. Like guys weren't making crazy mistakes. But you go to the Florida versus Carolina, and pucks were just all over the place. And like it just wasn't sharp, but Florida just kept imposing their will.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, we're just going to keep running you, and we're going to keep running you, and we're going to keep running you. And then Tkachuk is doing his antics. And then all of a sudden, Carolina just said, Kate, we're good. And then now all of a sudden, Kate, boom, we're going to turn this on, and we're going to allow our skill to take over.
Now we're going to get to our game.
And now that's what happened. And it usually happened in the third period. But those first two periods, like, ugh.
They just stick with it for longer than most teams can handle.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the short term in a period or a game or in a full series, like not a lot of teams can hang.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I think they're beatable. They are so aggressive in the neutral, and their D take away both walls in the offensive zone. So they're always pinching. Their D love to surf, Forsling. So like, you played D. You're not accepting the rush anymore. The offside D is now coming across the neutral zone to cut off that winger before, and he has the green light to go. Like they're just so susceptible, I think, in their defensive game, and they'll figure that out.
The odds are also stacked against them and the Oilers to get back to the Cup final 3 years in a row is difficult. Panthers trying to do
again.
4 now. You think which part do you think, both teams or just one of them?
I think we're going to see a three
the trilogy.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the trilogy. I really do, just because I look at the Eastern Conference. Don't laugh when I say this. I think the only team
You're going to say the Leafs.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
Give Florida a run for their money is the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, they took them to 7.
They had a
3-2 series lead in that.
They have a great decor, and Anthony Stolarz, this guy's an absolute stud. Please don't laugh at me when I say the Leafs might beat them. I just don't see anyone else in the East that can put up with them.
And the Oilers just know how to play in the playoffs. They know how to just turn it on and get going. And like, hey, who are you? Okay, we'll just take care of you.
I just think it's like Leon and Connor are just so damn good. They take over games and series by themselves, and I just think it's only a matter of time before they get there eventually.
Are the Leafs going to be as good without Marner though? Or are they just going to be a little bit more scrappy?
I don't think they're as good as they're not as good of a team. They're going to have to change the way they play up front, I think, a little bit. But to have him, and even this is two completely different ends of the spectrum, but I thought Ryan Reeves was a bit of a distraction last year. Older guy, kind of on his way out. They wanted him to play tough. The media was all over him, and it just became this like circus. And then the Marner thing was there the whole time. And I just think that team had to deal with that
a lot
stuff
of distraction
the entire year. And I just think him being out of there is probably better for the team. I think Austin's going to have a massive year. Matthew Nye this kid's an absolute stud. I like their team. They got a good decor that battles. Craig Berube's a hell of a coach. And if you look down the East, if Bennett doesn't run Stolarz, I don't know what happens in that series. Listen, I'm not like a Leaf fan or anything. I obviously just watch them a lot, and they got a good hockey team. They just, in the playoffs, they continually do it to themselves. I went to Game 7 of the Florida series last year, and it was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. I left with 12 minutes left. I'm like, this is awful.
Yeah, that's a bad way to go in a 7th game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just even if you look in the Western Conference, like Vegas is going to be good. They're much improved.
Yep.
If you look in the Central, like I think Winnipeg's going to be good again. I think Dallas is going to be good again. The Avs are going to be good again, but I just don't see anyone.
Well, the team that challenged the Oilers the most last year was the LA Kings.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm probably going to see it again. Like, yeah. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I think it's only a matter of time for
Ken
those kids.
Holland's revenge tour with his former organization. Corey, I am fascinated with Oilers Kings playoff series if that does happen, just because Corey Perry on the other side too.
They just went and signed all the oldest free agents.
Yeah, they
that
really
were-
did. It
that
was
were
weird.
out there. It's a bit of a strange approach to it.
Because you know
but-
that the Oilers are going to do something at the deadline too to strengthen their team. They're going to give enough runway for guys like Howard and Savoy and some of these younger players that are top prospects. So you get a runway, 40, 50 games, see where they're at. Now, if they're contributing to the lineup, okay, great. Now go find and
It's
well,
what
that's somebody
injuries
else,
do you need to
right?
fix?
Yeah.
What holes do you have? Where do you just want to bolster your team?
Yep.
And
Well,
load up.
That's one of the biggest things to it is the young guys have to contribute in some way. Like they have to be a spark and provide some energy for that team. Because I think one of the biggest things they missed last year, no, we don't love talking about it, but was the youth and the energy from Holloway and
And the speed.
Broberg and
Yep.
the speed from Holloway up front. Young legs. If you add in some good vets, like that's exactly what they need. So if they want to have any success, I think the young bucks have to be a part of it.
Official drink of the EST Hangout is Finnish Long Drink. Legend in 1952, a drink unlike any other. Sparkling refreshment, real liquor, longdrink.com/Canada is where you can get your postal and find a liquor store or establishment nearest you with the long drink in stock. Capital Care, Feast on the Field, tomorrow sold out. But Luke will be there emceeing. Luke will be on the course on Friday at Red Tail Landing. We will be broadcasting live from 6 to 6. If you would like to donate, jump in on the silent auction. I will throw up the link on our website. That if you click, it'll just say Capital Care in in about half hour or so. It'll take you right to a spot to go silent auction or to donate or whatever, as it is all in support of the Capital Care Foundation with their events the next couple days. And what else do you have on tap?
Once again, some cool prizes there. We talked about the WestJet, 2 tickets to fly anywhere they fly, a bunch of signed elk stuff. There's a sick EST package. So like you said, Maddie will throw that up. Feast on the Field is going to be a great time tomorrow night. Obviously, like we said, no tickets left, but we'll be there for the golf on Friday as well. And I'm pumped to be back, man. Like I said, like I love the city where I'm from, but I always love coming here. It's always nice to be back in E-Town.
Backyard Steakhouse kit on there, vehicle detailing, Trapper's Retro thing. Cool. Lots of stuff. So yeah, I'll
some
throw
good
that all
stuff.
up there. And it's all, again, in support of a very great cause. What do you have planned for the rest of your little summer before hockey? Hockey's not far off.
That's a great question.
Just Jays.
Yeah, just a little bit of Jays baseball. I'm going out to Lloydminster in a couple weeks for the Lloydminster Bobcats Champions Dinner, it's called. And I think that's my last kind of travel before the season. Once like Labor Day is done, I'll start to kind of get back into the swing of the hockey here. I don't want to say I've kind of turned it off for a bit here, but I feel like August is pretty slow. And then we'll get geared up for another year of TV here.
Awesome. Well, it's great having you in here. This was
Dude,
awesome.
thanks for having me. This is a blast. Could have stayed here all day, talk hockey, talk shop.
It's fascinating. I just love when
Stay here and watch the Jays
when
game.
players hang out and stuff, just because you guys all like, there's just a connection that you guys all have that is awesome to watch. So now you got your Glue Crew hoodie, finally. I
Very
finally
proud.
got it to him. And your 2024 Estes Guest of the Year. There's
Honored.
going to be some nominations for
Honored.
you coming up for this next one, so I won't be shocked if maybe there's a possibility of you being a repeat champ.
Well, I will
maybe
be
with
back.
different-
I will be back. I haven't even talked to Dusty, so this might be a little premature, but I'm assuming I'll be back and doing the same thing I do bi-weekly, once with Reed and once with the boys in the morning. So I will gladly be back.
He's Luke Gazdic. He doesn't need anything. He's Shawn Belle. He doesn't need anything either. But thank you to everyone for tuning in to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Up next, we've got Lock Shop. We've got Oil Stream, EST Afternoons, Rude Welcome Show, all taking you till 6 o'clock right here in Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Again, Luke, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, fellas.
Bellsy, always great seeing you.
always
On behalf of Luke, Bellsy, I am Matt. Thanks for tuning to the EST Hangout. Lock Shop coming up in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today,